cette 25e édition du Gala du Panthéon des affaires de jeunes entreprises Nouveau-Brunswick. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 25th anniversary of the Junior Achievement of New Brunswick Business Hall of Fame. Yeah! Woo! Now you can keep on clapping and cheering. Woo! We would like to begin by acknowledging that the land on which we gather on is the traditional unceded territory of the Wolastoqey people. Tonight, we recognize the tremendous contributions made by members of our business community in the development of our province. Tonight, we celebrate the amazing growth of Junior Achievement New Brunswick over the past 25 years and applaud their efforts to enrich the lives of our youth and instill in them the entrepreneurial spirit. Tonight, we celebrate 3 new inductions into the prestigious New Brunswick Business Hall of Fame. We welcome you to the club. Voilà maintenant 25 ans que le Panthéon des affaires du Nouveau-Brunswick existe. À ce jour, 82 personnes ont été intronisées. We are fortunate to have a number of members of the New Brunswick Business Hall of Fame in attendance this evening at the 25th anniversary celebration, and would you please join me in welcoming them? It's an act of God. So, David Ganong, Derek Olin, Bill Barrett, Jean-Claude Savoie, J.W. Bud Bird, Normand Cassie, Jim Irving, Francis McGuire, Aldea Landry, Mike Wilson, Robert Irving, Dwight Fraser, and Larry Nelson. And Connie?
All right. And I have the pleasure to include David Hawkins, Camille Terrio, Bill Whalen, Andrea Funikes, Jim Crosby, Gordy Lavoie, Mike Tamani, Bill Jones, Gary Keenan, and Terry Malley. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to welcome the 2023 Junior Achievement New Brunswick Business Hall of Fame inductees. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Lee Corey. Mr. Bernard Lord. And Miss Sylvia McVeigh.
And you can take your seats. Alors, mesdames et messieurs, bonsoir et bienvenue à cette soirée de reconnaissance de l'entrepreneuriat du Nouveau-Brunswick.
As you know, this event is organized by Junior Achievement, New Brunswick. On behalf of Junior Achievement New Brunswick, we would love to say thank you for being part of tonight's 25th anniversary celebration.
Je suis Nadine Duguay-Lemay. Sharing the stage with me this evening is my co-MC, longtime friend, Connie Woodside, President and CEO of Junior Achievement New Brunswick.
Thank you, Nadine. It is great to see everyone this evening. We would like to acknowledge the presence of a few special guests with us tonight. The Honorable Blaine Higgs, Premier of New Brunswick, ministers and members of government, mayors and councillors from across New Brunswick, and members of the New Brunswick Business Hall of Fame.
This evening, This evening, we are thrilled to be hosting the 25th anniversary of the JA New Brunswick Business Hall of Fame. The Hall of Fame was introduced to New Brunswick in 1997 and has grown year after year to further the mission of Junior Achievement New Brunswick. JA has been bringing students together to learn about financial literacy, entrepreneurship, and work readiness for nearly 40 years in New Brunswick. Junior Achievement links students with mentors like you here this evening to allow them the opportunity to gain hands-on learning in career fields of interest to them. A lot of great things have happened in JA New Brunswick over the past 25 years, and we thought it would be fun to look back to 2008 and our Hall of Fame celebration.
Making your way in the world today takes everything you've got. Wouldn't you like to get away? Sometimes you wanna go where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came. You wanna go where everybody knows your name.
Evening.
Beer?
I had one at the office, but I'll have another. Jim?
Hey, what are you guys doing in the monkey suits? We're not looking for waiters.
Waiters? These are some of New Brunswick's most illustrious businessmen, superstars on the field of commerce. Tonight, they're being celebrated, lauded, if you will, and inducted into the Junior Achievement New Brunswick Business Hall of Fame. May I present Jim Ross, member of the Order of Canada and chairman of Ross Ventures Limited. His company has interests in commercial real estate, radio broadcasting, and food and beverage services. To his right, Bernard Sear, owner and president of Sear Holdings, Chateau Moncton, Best Western, and Dooley.
Moncton? Where's that?
What's wrong with you? Moncton, the home of Chateau Moncton, where we have the best room anywhere in New Brunswick.
And last, but certainly not least, Derek Oland, executive chairman of Moosehead Breweries, Emera, and officer of the Order of Canada. You know, it's a little-known fact that your family's been in the beer business for 5 generations now.
Actually, it's 6 generations, and it's quite well known.
There you are! You're gonna be late! So how do we look?
So we've had a lot of fun over the years, and we look forward to many more. This evening, we are here to celebrate the accomplishments of 3 of New Brunswick's business giants and their influence on the community at large. We are also here to recognize the positive impact of junior achievement on the next generation of leaders in our province. Let's now take a few minutes to see the importance and the difference you are making by being at this event tonight and supporting Junior Achievement New Brunswick.
Every great story starts the same way. It's not possible. Each remarkable journey, whether it's love, success, or hope, begins this way. While some things are truly impossible, often the phrase "it's not possible" is opinion, not fact. It's the currency of doubters, the shorthand of the short-sighted. It's not an inevitability. At Junior Achievement, we believe in possible. Each day, we work to help young people discover what's possible in their lives. We do this by helping them connect what they learn in school with life outside the classroom. We let them know it's possible to invest in their future, to gain a better understanding of how the world works, and to pursue their dreams. We show them that it's possible for tomorrow to be a better day. But possible isn't a wish. It's not a given. There will be challenges ahead. Bad days, disappointments, and even failure. But a belief in what's possible carries the power to persevere, to overcome, and to exceed one's own expectations. At Junior Achievement, we believe in possible. Join us. Let's help them write their story. It'll be great. Believe us. It's possible.
And that's why we are here tonight. Junior Achievement's promise is to provide learning experiences that will help young people reach their potential. Thanks to your support tonight and throughout the year, we are creating a brighter future for our province. Let's start the evening with a few housekeeping notes. If you haven't already started your salad, please do so now. As you can see, we've had an overwhelming response to tonight's gala. We will be leaving all the ballroom doors open this evening, and we encourage our guests to move freely between this room and the governor's room located to my left. You will notice at each place setting, a special treat has been left for you. This special box features premium handcrafted peanut butter cups made with Barber's peanut butter, and, yeah, right here, and molasses truffle featuring our friends from Crosby Molasses and their beautiful syrup of molasses. So thank you to our local crafters for that help. And most importantly, thank you to our friends at Ganongs for providing this delicious box of treats and putting this all together, and for each one of you to take away this evening. So I've heard that chocolate and wine go nicely together, so there are wine lists on your table if you wish to order a bottle. You can order your bottles at the bar in the foyer. Note that the bars will be open throughout the dinner. We encourage you to flood social media with pictures and comments of tonight's celebration using the hashtag #WeAreJANB.
It is with great pleasure that we now welcome the Premier of New Brunswick, the Honorable Blaine Higgs, to bring greetings on behalf of the province.
Good evening, bonsoir, mes amis. It is great to be here with all of these wonderful entrepreneurs and junior achievements, people looking for the future. You know, having a lineup of entrepreneurs in front of us, you know how shy that bunch are? To get them all lined up and to see how you know, what an impact they've had on our society and what an impact they've had in our province. And what a great time to be a junior achiever in New Brunswick. A time when the province is growing like it's never grown before. A time when we're seeing more people coming here, living here, moving here, and investing here. So certainly it is a pleasure for me to be here this evening to the 25th Junior Achievement Brunswick Hall of Fame Gala. This time of year has come again for us together and recognize some truly inspiring New Brunswickers, all trailblazers and leaders in their fields. Vous êtes un exemple à suivre pour les gens du New Brunswick. Vous avez montré ce qu'il est possible de faire quand nous travaillons fort de sa façon dévouée. Thank you for your commitment in all that you do in support of our province. And congratulations on this well-earned honor. I'm here with many of my colleagues tonight, and we all congratulate each of you for the contribution that you make. With us tonight, there are aspiring leaders and hopeful entrepreneurs, as well as your colleagues and contemporaries who look to you and can't help but feel inspired. Through a collaboration with the Department of Education and Early Childhood Development, students, teachers, and parents from across New Brunswick are able to benefit from JANB's resources thanks to its increased online presence. Digital tools like JA Campus offer young entrepreneurs helpful resources and aid with the JANB alumni networks, keeps peers connected as they journey into their own careers. Since the start of the school year, 5,000 students and educators have already enrolled in various junior achievement programs across the province. Depuis le début de l'année scolaire, 5,000 élèves et éducateurs sont déjà inscrits à divers programmes des jeunes entreprises partout dans la province. Such programs and volunteers and mentors that run them show how communities, burgeoning professionals, that not only work but success can be found right here in New Brunswick. Many in the audience can attest to that, and I'm sure there is no shortage of JANB alumni here tonight that have established great careers for themselves. And see that? I used to be a goalie. And the result being involved with junior achievement. New Brunswick needs these homegrown professionals to guarantee its future success. Le Nouveau-Brunswick a besoin de ces professionnels locaux pour garantir son success future. And each one of us play a role. And you know, I'd like to just comment because I've had people call from other parts of the country, other parts of the world, and say, what's it like to be in New Brunswick? You know, I'm thinking of moving, I'm thinking I'd like to come to somewhere in Canada, maybe the East Coast, but I'm not sure where. And you know, when you take the time to explain to them what we have to offer here in New Brunswick, and take the time to show them that we're a growing province, we're a province that people, you know, when I think of going back, why people thought they had to leave here to be successful, well, not anymore. Now they see an opportunity. But when you show that spirit, and we show that the culture is shifting, and you show that excitement about being here and living here and working here and raising your family here, others want to be part of it. And that's what we're seeing. And so it's great to be here tonight. It's great to see the Junior Achievers program growing, and it's great to see the many entrepreneurs that are leaders and they're mentors for so many young people that are going to build our province in the future. Thank you. Merci beaucoup.
So tonight's event would not be possible without the incredible support of our loyal event sponsors. Would you please direct your attention to the screens for a message from our event partners and gold sponsors.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this evening's gala. We're thrilled that you could be here.
Mesdames et messieurs, chers lauréats, bienvenue à cette soirée bien spéciale. J'espère que vous aurez du plaisir.
For the first time in 25 years, we've had an alignment between the Department of Education and Junior Achievement, which is so important because we have synergies.
There aren't other comparables in the province that really focus on teaching students how to run a business.
It's part of a roadmap for students to help them start to figure out, you know, what do I want to be?
It really provides them a line of thinking that might be different from what they would experience in a traditional school setting.
Ils répondent à un besoin qu'on a besoin immédiatement. Ils répondent à un besoin futur qu'on a besoin de planification, succession.
I think our business mentors really provide lasting impression.
And they've shown that to the rest of us that it's possible to do it from New Brunswick.
Junior Achievement plays a critical role in New Brunswick's ongoing growth and development because it's a way to expose young people to business.
Well, it's really about recognizing the incredible business people that have built a really strong economy in this province.
You know what? You've done something really wonderful. It's had longevity, and it's had a lot of impact.
JA has proven that the formula that they have works.
It gives them the hustle, the problem-solving skills, and the networks that they need.
They learn about teamwork, they learn about collaboration and partnerships.
It's truly phenomenal, and I don't think that there's too early an age to be able to share that type of skill set with our youth.
You're not necessarily born an entrepreneur, some people are, but a lot of us have to learn it, and JA is a great program to help do that.
And it's important to note that JA does this free of charge to every single student.
We know that a dollar spent on our youth is something that's going to pay back immeasurably.
We're celebrating individuals that have had an immense impact on our communities.
We are here tonight to celebrate the accomplishments of 3 fearless founders for their contributions to the province of New Brunswick.
Congratulations to everyone that's being inducted tonight.
To our wonderful class of 2023, congratulations on your introduction to the New Brunswick Business Hall of Fame. You are all wonderful examples for our young achievers.
Congratulations to tonight's laureates from all of us at JD Irving Limited.
Congratulations on fantastic careers. Congratulations on the contribution you have all made to the success of the economy in New Brunswick.
Lee, Bernard, and Sylvia, congratulations on your induction into the New Brunswick Business Hall of Fame.
Congratulations to tonight's inductees. You are great role models for us.
La BDC est ici aujourd'hui pour vous reconnaître tout ce que vous faisiez et les talents que vous apportez à la table.
Toutes nos félicitations pour la reconnaissance qu'on vous offre ce soir. C'est tellement mérité. Également, j'aimerais vous remercier pour l'impact et votre contribution à vos communautés, à vos entreprises et à la province. Merci.
A big congratulations to Bernard, Lee, and Sylvia. Well done. Your journeys have shown us what is possible in this province.
So thank you once again to all of our sponsors for your continued support to the youth of New Brunswick and this signature event.
It is now my pleasure to begin our induction ceremony. The awards this evening are presented to each inductee to remind them of the significant impact they have made on our province. Each of this year's inductees were nominated by their peers and have met a comprehensive list of criteria. They have been singled out as having made outstanding contributions to their professions, their business, and their communities. They are shining examples of what can be achieved through hard work, dedication, and true grit. These are all values in which Junior Achievement instills in its young New Brunswickers daily. Our first inductee this evening is Mr. Lee Corey. Lee Corey grew up on a dairy farm in Havelock, New Brunswick, knowing that good health depends on good nutrition. After earning his Bachelor of Science degree from the University of New Brunswick, Lee went out west to continue his studies in British Columbia, where he was inspired by the field of aquaculture. He then returned home to the East Coast, like every good Maritimer does, and studied in the seaside town of St. Andrews, New Brunswick. In 1982, Corey Nutrition was born and continues to operate in its original home in Fredericton. Corey Nutrition is a family-owned business which includes Lee's wife, Jane, and their 4 children, Emily, Mike, David, and Jack. In 2005, Lee added lead dog to his title when Corey Nutrition began producing North Paw pet food. With North Paw added to the Corey Nutrition menu, Lee created a new opportunity to expand their operation. Today, North Paw pet food is distributed to more than 20 countries around the world. Impressive. Corey Nutrition has a long history of science-based nutrition and strict quality control standards. They care about the pet safety of their foods, they care about the pets who eat it, and they care about the people who make it. Today, Corey Nutrition is a world leader in working dog nutrition. In 2002, Corey Nutrition posted revenues in excess of $38 million with a team of 55 very dedicated employees. Lee Corey is a proud New Brunswicker and continues to build his business right here in our province.
I'm Lorraine King, and I'm speaking on behalf of Lee Corey. Well, Lee grew up on the family farm in Havelock. He then went to UNB and got a degree in microbiology, went to UBC, did some more studying, and actually it was there that he first saw a fish hatchery. He then came back to New Brunswick and worked with the Department of Natural Resources. And after a couple of years, he decided that he would like to go into business. Didn't have a lot of money to invest in the business, and really started from scratch and built the business. He started importing fish feed from a supplier. Lee then, as we say today, pivoted and decided to start producing fish feed himself. And then in 2018, by chance, he met someone who was looking for a high-quality, very nutritious dog food. And so Lee looked into that and started to produce that. So he now produces and sells, I think it's 22 countries, and that's where he is today. Well, I think one of the lessons we can learn from Lee is dedication to the business, being prepared to take a few risks, changing direction as required. He is very committed to family, and he's very committed to New Brunswick, and he wants to show, I think, that one can be successful in New Brunswick.
Lee is being escorted to the stage by junior achiever Liam McDougall. Liam is a junior achiever in the JA Company program and a grade 12 student at Leo Hayes High School. Most recently, he was elected as CEO of his JA Company, Keychain Creations. He plans on attending University of New Brunswick in the fall and studying in the Faculty of Management. In the future, he plans on becoming an entrepreneur and focusing his business on the environmental sector. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Lee Corey to the New Brunswick Business Hall of Fame.
Good evening. Good evening. Wow. Back in January, I got a call from Connie. And I was in Florida. My wife and I were down there doing nothing. And I ignored her call because I just did. And she sent me a message, which I also ignored. 2 days later, another call came. I ignored it. And so finally my daughter called me from the office and she said, I don't know what's going on with Connie, but you got to call her. So I did call her and she gave me this news. And I was, first of all, felt very stupid for not taking the call in the first case. But after it sunk in, I think this is just amazing. So very, very impressed. Mr. Premier, nice to see you again, sir. Business folks, friends, family. I grew up in a dairy farm. There was nothing complicated about it. We had 120 Holsteins. Those are the black and white ones for you non-egg people. We had 14 sows, Yorkshires. They were beautiful pigs. They produced wiener hog, which that's where your bacon comes from. And about 20 cats and one good dog. And the dog and I were best buddies. But in my mother's kitchen, she had lots of knickknacks in her kitchen. She's an excellent cook. But on the wall there was this plaque, about this big, not very big. It was wood grain, white letters on it, and it read, "The harder I work, the luckier I get." So I thought, I don't know why that stuck with me for all this time, but it always has. And I believe that business is, if you're going to be successful in business, you're going to work. But you need a component of luck too. It's just things that happen to you that sometimes when things seem the worst, that it's just a turn. My mother also had one other interesting quirk, is that whenever she found a coin on the ground, she'd pick it up and put it in her right shoe, and she would say, "That's for good luck." So actually tonight as I walk up here, in my right shoe, I have a nickel. So just to remind me of how lucky I am and my heritage and where I come from. So I can't really jam 40 years of business experience into 5 minutes or 7 or 8 minutes, but they said 5 minutes. But I'll hit some highlights of how luck has changed everything for me. So we started the business in 1982, a long time ago. I resigned from the provincial government where I worked and went down to the bank. I needed $6,000 for my first inventory, and the banker looked at me and says, "I can't lend you money, you just quit your job." So it made no sense to me at all, but he would lend money to my wife, who did have a job. So she borrowed $6,000, gave it to me. We started the business. So lucky that I had a spouse that supported the dream. I worked out of our basement for probably 5-6 months, and the business evolved from dip nets and things like that to, we were a feed supplier for the fish hatcheries in Atlantic Canada. So fish feed stored in your basement at home doesn't work out real well. So I moved the business out to the Vanier Industrial Park. Rented an office in this large steel building. It was called the Pyramid Building. They had manufactured trailers there at one point. So there are many little small offices out front, lots of warehouses out back. So I rented a space there. 6 days after I moved my operation being myself in the inventory, 6 days after I moved it out there, the building was arsoned. Lost it all. So, bad start. It seemed like a bad day, but lucky part here was earlier that week I called Frank Morrison Insurance downtown. I thought about, I asked him about insurance, and he said, "Yeah, I'll send you a proposal." I never did get the proposal, but the next time I called Frank, I was standing there watching the smoke curl over the building, and he said, "I'll be right out." And so he came out, he looked at it and says, what did you lose? It's all gone. And he said, "What do you think it was worth?" "About $10,000, I guess." And he said, "You bring me down a premium." I had never met the man before. I had not paid any insurance premiums. I had nothing from him, but he said, "If you bring me down the first premium, which was like $90, I'll get you your check for you tomorrow." So I did, he did, and we started again. So, so off we go. So jump ahead now to, these things that happen, you'll think it's the worst ever, but then jump ahead 1984. I was the feed distributor for a company in Ontario for Atlantic Canada. Things were going just swimmingly. Got a call one Monday morning. It was actually June the 21st, 1984. I remember because of summer solstice. The owner of the company in Ontario said, "Lee, got some bad news. My feed mill burnt down on the weekend, and I'm 58. I'm not going to rebuild. If we could square up, we'd be done." So I sent him the money I owed him. And I thought, what do we do? Most of my business was this feed distribution. So I thought, I could build my own plant. I could build my own feed plant. So young, naive, and stupid. I headed down to what was then called Commerce and Development, and later became O&B, and met with this great guy, and his name was Lesper Bragdon. And I told him my story, and Lesper sat there and rubbed his chin for a minute, and he said, "You know what? That's a good idea. Yeah, we can do that." And I said, "Lesper, I have no money." He said, "Don't worry about that. We'll put it together." So it was $150,000 that we put together, but he helped me write a business plan. I didn't have one. He helped me put my financing ideas together, so I took that down to the bank. The bank supported me, and off we went. From 1984 straight through to 2014, 30 years, we just worked hard. We worked in the summertime, sometimes 7/24, just to keep up. The aquaculture industry was growing. We were growing with it. Things were great. By 2014, this aquaculture industry on the East Coast was changing. It started as many small independent farmers down the Bay Fundy area, had gone through, there were about 65 of them at one point. But from 2004 to 2014, the industry started to coalesce. Mergers, acquisitions, buyouts, bankruptcies, all that kind of stuff. In other words, the industry matured. So by 2014, we had 3 big salmon farms on the East Coast of Canada, and that was it. And then we had 3 feed mills. We were one of them. So at that point, we were doing flat out 7/24, but we had one big client, about 90% of our business, and one product that we sold to them. What could go wrong there? But you're busy, you're working, you're profitable. The call came in, and our customer, they were good guys, solid guys, but they had picked up a new disease in their farms. It's called infectious salmon anemia, ISA. There's no treatment for it. It was very contagious, and it was killing their fish. The federal government came along and said, guys, in order to contain this, stop it from killing the whole industry, we would ask you to put your fish down. So those folks eradicated 4.2 million salmon, buried them in the ground. They were 90% of our business, and then inside of 2 months, we went from all we could do, flat out busy, to pretty much nothing. So there we were. What did we do? All we knew was this aquaculture industry and fish feed. But over the years, when aquaculture was doing really well, I would take extra cash that we had left over at the end of the year, take it over and put it in a cash is king, just don't forget that, cash is king. And put it in a cash reserve, a little holding company. And it built up to be several $1 million over that time frame. So when the business failed for us in aquaculture, we had a tank of gas, if you will. So we began to lose money a lot. And by this January of 2015, we were bleeding hard and we were done because we didn't have there were no other aquaculture customers to go get. But luckily, we had that cash reserve to rely on. And we started making some dog food back in the mid-90s, more for fun than anything. And we started putting this together. We created an initiative in the company, said that, well, you know what, guys, if we're going to go down, we're going to go down swinging. So we created an initiative called Fill the Mill. And Fill the Mill meant go get business, get any business. We made cat food, dog food, mink feed, fox feed. We bid on a contract down in California for shrimp. We made your product, our product, custom feed, private label, anything. And very slowly, the machine started to turn again. Very slowly, the volume came up, and our monthly losses became less. And our capital reserve that we had on the side lasted 3 years before we finally ran out of cash. The good news was our last cash dollar went out, reserve dollar went out the door about the first time. Our company became cash flow positive. So we were back in profitability by 2018. I don't know, there were a few people in our company that knew how bad it was, but it was bad. For 3 years, we were struggling. So my whole career was on the line. But once we got to cash positive, we just poured it all back in, So where we are today, 5 years later, is we are exporting pet food to 20 countries around the world. We are putting out, if you think about it in tractor-trailer loads, about 900 tractor-trailer loads of dog food this year, all across the world, lots to the United States, lots to Europe. Customers are calling us now, and we're calling, well, I don't know if we want to have any more customers because we're kind of getting full. But that's a good place to be, getting paid on time and everything. So it's a wondrous thing. So I would say that we're kind of, the first 30 years is just regular business. We worked hard, we made it work, we got lucky. And then there was 3 years of struggle, severe, talk about austerity, and then we come to a whole new place. So it's kind of like we were a caterpillar for a long time, and then we went into a little cocoon for a bit as we rebuilt ourselves, and now we've emerged as a butterfly and we can fly. So watch us fly. I have 1,000 thank yous, but thank you to ONB who supported us way back from Commerce and Development, Commerce and Technology, ONB for 40 years. ACOA, those big capital projects, that require, those interest-free, security-free loans are really helpful for companies like ours to tip over and let a project happen. It's that works. My team, there's 2 tables of us here, tonight. Most of these folks have been with the company for 20 years, 30 years, 35 years. When it got rough, they came through. My family, there's a bunch of them over there. I haven't heard any bad comments. But my family, we have 4 kids. They've all worked in the business over the years. 2 of my sons have already started their own businesses. 2, my daughter and another son are still in the business. My daughter, Emily, Dr. Emily Corey, is now moving into the CEO chair as I'm 70 and it's time for me to maybe stop, slow down. And Emily says this is the 3rd time that I've retired. My ever-loving wife, who, like, I have been late for 1,000 dinners. I brought her anniversary present on her birthday. I've brought her birthday presents on the right day, but the wrong month. All that. So love you, sweetheart. Keep up the good work. And JA, like, this is, I don't use the word awesome very often, but this is awesome. I appreciate this very much, and it means a lot to me. Thank you very much.
JA New Brunswick is very privileged to be able to count on a team of engaged and dedicated people who believe strongly in the development of our young people. At this time, would you please join me in welcoming back to the stage the President and CEO of JA New Brunswick, my friend Connie Woodside.
A new outlook, different side of the room. Can see who all the guests are. Good evening once again, head table guests, Premier Higgs, ministers and members of government, mayors, our Hall of Fame inductees, members of the Junior Achievement New Brunswick Business Hall of Fame, and to our many Junior Achievement alumni who are in the room tonight. I'm very proud to have so many of you present, so welcome everyone. Bonsoir tout le monde. Thank you so much for joining us at the 25th anniversary of this incredible event. Congratulations to Lee, Bernard, Sylvia. You are exemplary role models for our junior achievers, and quite frankly, for all of us. Tonight marks a significant milestone for junior achievement and the New Brunswick Business Hall of Fame. From our humble beginnings in 1997, reaching only 500 students and a membership of 10 inductees in the Business Hall of Fame, to today where we anticipate empowering over 30,000 students and a very impressive roster of 82 members now inducted in the Hall of Fame. Wow, we've come a long way. I want to say thank you so much to everyone in both of our rooms tonight. You have helped us drive our mission faster and further than we ever dreamed. Looking around the room tonight, I'm sure you realize this didn't just come together today. We have so many loyal partners, but the unsung heroes are the army of talent behind the scenes who have worked tirelessly for the past year to help us build a memorable celebration of the 25th anniversary ceremony, not only for tonight's 3 newest members of the Hall of Fame, but for all of those who have come before you. To the crew who got us tonight, I'd like to extend a sincere thank you to Brad and his brilliant marketing team at Brainworks, Scott and Mike and the team at Rocket for being exceptional print partners, Brad and his team at Encore for making us all look so good, to Sarah and Chef and the outstanding team of professionals here at the Delta who today have gone above and beyond to make us feel welcome and make it so special, and to Dave of McQuinn Media for creating the masterful videos that we get to see tonight. I'd also like to thank Chris and the team at Rogers for recording tonight's event and airing it throughout the province in the coming weeks. Special thank you is extended to our gold, silver, and bronze sponsors who come back, thankfully, year after year. I'd also like to acknowledge the marvelous partnership we have with our platinum sponsor, Opportunities New Brunswick, and thank you for your overwhelming support to this important event on New Brunswick's business calendar. To our presenting partner, McGinnis Cooper, we are extremely grateful for all that you folks continue to do for junior achievement throughout the province and for hosting the VIP reception prior to the gala this evening. Thank you very much. A huge thank you to my co-MC extraordinary, Nadine. I'm working here with the pro and I hope I don't stumble tonight. Thank you for your support today and every year. Thank you to everyone for helping us execute our mission by allowing us to inspire New Brunswick's future leaders. We simply could not do what we do without you. To my incredible team at JA and the volunteers present this evening, thank you for your countless hours you have invested to make this event spectacular. I'd like to recognize the team from Department of Education and Early Childhood Development and the Center of Excellence for Entrepreneurship who have joined us this evening. Junior Achievement's partnership with you has really moved us to a new level of service, a level we never thought possible. Thank you to Peter, Jill, Francis, and Chanello for keeping JA top of mind for teachers in the New Brunswick school system as they seek to find relevant classroom resources for their students in grade 3 to 12. I mentioned earlier that our student reach was once 5,000 in a year, and this year we've set our target at 30,000, which I've told you. And with the great collaboration we enjoy with the Ministry of Education, I have no doubt we will shatter that number this year. In addition to the widely accepted work preparedness curriculum we offer, Junior Achievement has now branched out to offer students and teachers resources in the areas of diversity in the workplace and mental health. That's on top of the curriculum we deliver for financial literacy, work readiness, and entrepreneurship. Regardless of the programmed content, JA continues to bring its state-of-the-art programming to classrooms across the province while enhancing classroom learning experiences with the aid of talented industry experts appearing virtually and in person, sharing their workplace knowledge about the abundance of career opportunities that exist right here at home. While we have so much to be proud of at Junior Achievement, still our greatest feat is that we continue to provide our contemporary learning to the education system, the teachers in this province, the students in this province, and their families completely free of charge in both official languages. The proceeds from tonight's gala will enable us to reach even more students in all areas of the province, and for that, we thank you. Junior Achievement New Brunswick is in an enviable position with our counterparts across the country. They can't understand how we sell the Business Hall of Fame out each year, even before the inductees are announced. The fact that everyone in this room embraces the significance of this event and that you have done so for 25 years is simply overwhelming. I'm very humbled that I was involved in the very early conversations. Sure, it's worth it. I'm very humbled that I was involved in the very early conversations about hosting such an event and why it would be important to recognize successful business leaders and celebrate the impact they have on our province, our country, and around the world. Showcasing these leaders is also a wonderful way to demonstrate to our junior achievers that anything is possible with good work, with a good work ethic, good education, determination, and surrounding yourselves with great people and mentors. I promise I'll be short, so it's going to end soon. You can see in the program the entire membership of the New Brunswick Business Hall of Fame. And when we are done tonight, that number will go by 3 more incredible inductees. These individuals have proven that they have excellent business savvy, and over the years, we have heard some incredible stories about their roads to success and personal journeys. At Junior Achievement, we try to instill in our participants the importance of being good community and corporate citizens, of giving back, and the importance of offering support when people are in need. At Junior Achievement, success starts here, and we are very hopeful that one day we will see a Junior Achiever alumni walk across this stage and into the New Brunswick Business Hall of Fame. So for Lee, Bernard, and Sylvia, congratulations, félicitations, and welcome to the JA New Brunswick Business Hall of Fame, and enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Connie. Merci beaucoup. I would now invite you to join me in welcoming our platinum sponsor for tonight's gala. Please give a warm welcome to the Honorable Greg Turner, Minister responsible for Opportunities, New Brunswick.
Good evening, everybody. How are you making out there tonight? I think you're doing a whole lot better than that. How are you making out tonight? Starting to warm up. I got a lot of friends in the crowd that I know from my hockey days in hockey, and it was a lot louder in a hockey rink right now, I can tell you that's for sure. Thank you to Dan. Good evening, bonsoir. It is a pleasure to be with you this evening all tonight. I appreciate the opportunity to be here. I've got to, as many of you probably realize, I was a small business person. I was an entrepreneur my entire life. And your dreams do come true if you believe, as the saying goes. And so in late June of this year, I believed, and I was given the opportunity to head up ONB for the province of New Brunswick. And I thank the government, I thank the Premier for this opportunity, and I thank all of you for making this possible. Thank you very much. And I want to recognize the team from ONB and the great job that they do. I've gotten to know them over the last few months, and they do a tremendous job. And I know our first recipient tonight, Lee, mentioned him a few times in his remarks, and I'm sure many of you in this room at some point have had contact with ONB and InvestNB or with the predecessors that before that. And we thank you for your support and for your business. And if you need any more help, just give us a call. We'll look after you. Junior Achievement is such an important organization in New Brunswick and in Canada. And Opportunities New Brunswick is thrilled to once again being the platinum sponsor for tonight's gala. So thank you to Connie and her team for this great opportunity. ONB and the government of New Brunswick remain big believers in empowering our youth and championing our business successes. So this gala is a perfect fit for us to sponsor. When we support our youth, we all win. Investing in the future generation is a priority for our government, and we are so fortunate to have incredible business leaders like those in attendance tonight, who I'm certain share that belief. I am proud to be here tonight representing a government that is building a stronger New Brunswick and a brighter future for our youth. We are seeing positive momentum and opportunity in several areas like population growth, employment levels, private investment, exports, and productivity gains. We thank all of you for being our partners in making this happen. We have more people in New Brunswick than ever before. We're now up to almost 850,000 people. It's amazing. Who would have ever thought that we, little old New Brunswick, would have that kind of population explosion, but we're doing it. We're doing it together. We're now up, our province is increasingly more attractive to both potential residents and world-class companies. That's where ONB comes in. Many, many companies from around the world are looking at New Brunswick each and every day. By attracting new investment in the private sector, employment in the province has grown significantly. And this is the 20th consecutive month we've seen a year-over-year increase in our labor force. Again, we thank you for that. In fact, New Brunswick led Canada in employment growth for the first 7 months of the year 2023, this year. That's great news. We're excited to share that with you. Through Opportunities in New Brunswick, we're accelerating investment and growth by helping companies increase their payroll, grow their exports, and embrace productivity. And with new offices in India and France, we're opening new markets for local firms around the world. And I know a number of you are taking advantage of that opportunity. Some of you have talked to me tonight here about it already, some of the successes that we're seeing from around the world. ONB works with most companies in this room, and that is a fact because I'm getting to talk to all of you and I'm learning exactly what we're doing together. And we are proud to say that we know conversations with you that access to talent is a top concern. I'll close with a sincere thank you to Junior Achievement for continuing to believe in our young people for helping them get real-world experience, and for showing them that they can achieve their dreams right here in our beautiful province. And congratulations on 25 years of this wonderful event. Finally, thank you to Lee, Bernard, and Sylvia for your incredible leadership and vision. We appreciate all that you have done, continue to do, to put this province on the world stage and show the next generation what's possible right here in New Brunswick. We can do it, and we're doing it. Ladies and gentlemen, have a great evening. Thank you very much. Bonsoir.
It is now time to welcome our second inductee of the evening, Mr. Bernard Lord. Bernard Lord grew up in Moncton, where he later studied at the Université de Moncton, earning degrees in social science with a major in economics and law. Bernard has spent the majority of his life living and working in New Brunswick. In 1999, Bernard was elected the 30th Premier of New Brunswick, one of the youngest premiers in Canadian history to hold this position. Bernard led his party to victory in 1999 and served as Premier of New Brunswick until 2006. En 2007, Bernard a été nommé conseiller spécial pour les consultations sur la loi sur les langues officielles du Canada par le premier ministre de l'époque, Stephen Harper, où il a été chargé d'élaborer la stratégie du gouvernement en matière de langues officielles. Bernard a dirigé avec succès plusieurs entreprises et organisations, notamment le Comité du bilinguisme en 2007, l'Association canadienne des télécommunications sans fil en 2008 et l'Ontario Power Generation en 2013. In 2016, Bernard was named CEO of Medavie Blue Cross to provide strategic leadership to further the company's mission to improve the well-being of Canadians. Taking on this role brought Bernard back to his hometown of Moncton with his family.
My name is Rodney Weston, and today I'm going to speak about my friend Bernard Lord. Well, Bernard Lord and I met many years ago. In 1995, we both ran in the provincial election. I was thoroughly impressed with him, and from that point forward, I've been in awe of him, and I consider him to be a wonderful friend. He looks at every situation from every different angle. It just always impressed me, his grasp of issues. And I saw that he had an ability that made everyone around him better. Deputy ministers, they had to be on top of their files because he knew their files better than they did in most cases. He was so genuine in that. You know, we would go into places and people were in awe of seeing the Premier of the province. But to him, he wasn't the Premier of the province. He was still Bernard Lord. He loved to say that it was the people around him that made him good. And he made the people around him good. Well, he's been very successful in the business world beyond politics. He's been successful as the president and CEO of the Canadian Wireless Telecommunications Association. His success with the Medavie Blue Cross. He's grown that organization. They have 8,000 employees coast to coast, and 3,000 of them are right here in New Brunswick. And he's demonstrated leadership in the business world, much the same as he did as the Premier of this province. Him and Deanne are a wonderful couple. They've raised two wonderful children. My parents blessed me with two brothers and two sisters. The good Lord blessed me with another brother, Bernard Lord. That's what he means to me. Bernard Lord is a leader for his community. He's a leader for his employees. He's a leader for all here tonight.
Mesdames et messieurs, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Bernard Lord to the New Brunswick Business Hall of Fame.
Well, good evening, everyone. Bonsoir à tous. Thank you very much, Rodney. You are a brother to me as well, and I really appreciate everything you said. It was a pleasure working with you all these years. First, I want to congratulate Lee and Sylvia, the other inductees tonight. It really is an honor to share the stage with you, and truly it's an honor to share the stage with all the other inductees. And I have to say, stepping up here and being behind all these inductees really, for me, signified that we're lucky in this province to have so many leaders, so many builders that have made such a big difference. So congratulations to all the members of the Hall of Fame, and I'm just honored and humbled to be a member of your club as well. C'est réellement un plaisir d'être avec vous ici ce soir, puis vraiment c'est un plaisir de partager cette soirée avec autant de personnes. Lorsqu'on pense à toutes les choses que nous avons passées ensemble dans les dernières années, de voir une salle remplie de gens du Nouveau-Brunswick qui croient dans notre province et qui croient dans l'avenir, c'est toujours très, très apprécié. But tonight I want to tell you, I accept this award, not personally, I really accept it on behalf of over 8,000 people that get up every single day to improve the well-being of Canadians. And those are the people that work at Medavie Blue Cross, Medavie Health Services, and Medavie Foundation. And the story about Medavie, and I'll keep it very short because it started 80 years ago, and I'm not going to give you a play-by-play. But Medavie has been around for 80 years. And it's grown from a small organization that started in Nova Scotia. And the reason our headquarters is now in Moncton's an interesting story. Our original CEO, who was inducted in the Hall of Fame in 2000, her name was Ruth Cook Wilson. She moved to Moncton, and she brought the headquarters with her. At the time, there's about 20 employees. So from that humble beginning, we're now an organization with over 8,000 employees across Canada, and we serve people. In fact, probably at least half of you here tonight, if not more, have your benefits covered by Medavie Blue Cross. In the last 7 years, I hope you get great service, so that's worth a round of applause. And I was fortunate 15 years ago to be asked to join the board of Medavie Blue Cross. And 7 years ago, I was asked to be the CEO of the organization. And I felt really this privilege to join those that had built it before me. But I also felt an obligation to take it to the next level. And I think this is a trait that you will find from all the members of the Hall of Fame, is that we are people that are not satisfied. We don't accept the status quo. We are people that want to make things better. And Medavie, in the last 7 years, continues to grow. And I wanted to share with you just one element of this New Brunswick success. So about 7 years ago, I'm going to round things out, and Dave loves this when I say that. So I'm going to round things out. So about 7 years ago, close to 2/3 of our business was in New Brunswick and Atlantic Canada. Today, 7 years later, we've grown in New Brunswick, we've grown in Atlantic Canada, but that portion of our business is under 40% now because we are growing more and more across Canada. And that shows that we can grow and win from here in New Brunswick. But I know that many of you in this room still see me as a politician. And you know, sometimes people ask me, what's the difference between being in business and being a politician? Well, now when most people wave at me, they use 5 fingers. Yeah. Everybody understands that one, right? So, but those that know me well know that I've always been interested in economics, in business as well. And ceux qui me connaissent savent que j'ai toujours un intérêt dans l'économie, les affaires. Et j'ai commencé dans les affaires quand j'avais 9 ans. I was 9 years old and I started delivering l'Évangéline. And now l'Évangéline has become l'Acadie Nouvelle. I tell you, some days when I read the paper when I was premier, I'm not sure I wanted to deliver that one, but that's okay. But, you know, I went from that to delivering the Times and Transcript and the Telegraph Journal and selling ice cream when I was 15 and selling cars when I was going to pay for law school. So think about it. I'm a used car salesman, criminal lawyer, and politician. I'm probably the only one in the Hall of Fame that can say that. You know, I've always believed that we need economic success to generate social progress, but that the two really go hand in hand. And tonight with this event, you know, we tend to look back because it's a recognition, but I think it's an opportunity for us to look forward and not just dwell on what some of us have done and collectively what we are doing, but think of the future. And that's why I like JA so much. And that's why Medavie continues to be a sponsor for JA, because you are building the future of this province. And we need more entrepreneurs. We need more business leaders to generate more prosperity. Prosperity is not generated by the government. Prosperity is generated by individuals and business leaders that innovate, that take risk, and build things that were not there before. Yes, government has a role. Government can make sure the environment is there for prosperity to blossom. But government itself cannot generate that prosperity. That prosperity comes from individuals and business leaders like the ones we have in this room tonight. And that's what you are growing at JA. That's what you are building for the future at JA. So I commend you for what you do, and I'm encouraged for our future when I understand and hear everything that you are doing. Le succès de votre programme est extraordinaire, et je vous encourage à continuer, parce que nous avons besoin de nouveaux chefs pour continuer à bâtir et réussir ici au Nouveau-Brunswick. Finally, I just want to add one thing. I want to thank my family. And I thought I wasn't going to get emotional, but I just can't help it. You know, days like this, I think of my parents, mon père et ma mère, qui they're no longer with us, but the values that they, the values that they taught me and my brothers and sister are with me every single day. And that discipline that my father taught me, in a good way, by the way, I want to make sure about that. You know, and perseverance maybe is a better way of saying. My mother taught me to be confident and also care for others and maintain that balance in life, and that's still with me today. And I've been blessed to find that with my wife as well. You know, we've been married 35 years, and I still get emotional when I talk about my wife. And because I've been blessed in life. I've been blessed from the day I was born to be born in a family that was caring, and to meet my wife 21 years later. And she's still with me. And today, yes, yeah, you know, one time I was at one of these events and she was introduced as my current wife. And actually, it may have been at this event about 20 years ago. Well, she is still my current wife. And we've been blessed with two children, Sébastien and Jaspin, and still today, Sébastien, Jaspin, and Diane continue to motivate me and inspire me to continue to do more. And I'm very grateful for everything they've done for me. Merci beaucoup. Bonne soirée à tous.
Merci, Bernard. Congratulations. Mesdames et messieurs, it is now my pleasure to introduce the Vice Chair of the Board of Directors of Junior Achievement, Mr. Chris MacDonald.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's my pleasure to again welcome you to our silver anniversary, the 25th Annual Junior Achievement New Brunswick Business Hall of Fame Gala. It's amazing to think that this event has not just been going strong for the past 25 years, but has been growing each and every year for the past quarter century. And it's wonderful to gather here together once again tonight in support of JA. As many of you know, it's never easy to be a nonprofit organization. but you keep coming back year after year to support JA because you believe in the work that we do, and because of the unwavering support of every person in this room and countless others across New Brunswick. JA continues to thrive in this province. Despite being one of the smallest provinces in the country, the New Brunswick chapter of Junior Achievement historically delivered programs to between 10 and 15,000 young people. As Connie said earlier this evening, in 2021 that number rose to 22,000 young New Brunswickers. And this past year, we delivered programs to over 28,000 New Brunswick youth across this province free of charge in both official languages. My friends, that would not have been possible without each of you, our donors, our wonderful staff at JA New Brunswick, and of course, our many volunteers across the province. On behalf of the Board of Directors, we truly thank you. Our JA programs provide the environment for students to cultivate successful business ventures and inspire up-and-coming young entrepreneurs. And I can tell you that the growth experienced by these young people, both personally and professionally, is truly phenomenal. I've been involved with JA a very long time, maybe not 25 years, but not that far off. And sometimes a parent will come up to me and say, "Chris, I love JA. I love your programs. I love the work that you guys do in the community. But I'm not sure my kid is the right fit for JA because they've never expressed an interest in starting their own business." Well, I'm here to tell you from personal experience that JA does so much more than just teach entrepreneurship. I've spent most of my adult life in a corporate environment, but I don't consider myself to be an entrepreneur. But each and every day, I use the skills that I first learned in JA, whether it's knowing how to work in a team, how to chair a meeting, or how to read a balance sheet. JA teaches the broad skills necessary to succeed. Now, unfortunately, there's no straight path in anyone's career. No firm roadmap or established checklist that guarantees the realization of all of your goals. But whatever your path to success, it comes with responsibility. Responsibility to the people that you work with, responsibility to your clients, and responsibility to contribute to making the world around you better. Success requires you to learn your business better than your competitors. It requires you to earn the trust of your customers, clients, and colleagues. And I believe it requires you to return that good fortune for the benefit of others. Learn it, earn it, and return it. That's very important to me. I've said it at this event in the past. Learn it, earn it, and return it. That's exactly what our laureates in the New Brunswick Business Hall of Fame have done throughout their respective careers. Despite being in different industries, in different parts of the province, and following different paths to success, each of them has invested the time to learn their business and learn from those who came before them. Each of them has earned their success by taking risks and through hard work, grit, and determination. And each has returned their good fortune for the broader good, whether that takes the form of community service, job creation, or mentoring the next generation of New Brunswick leaders. Learn it, earn it, and return it. Lee, Bernard, Sylvia, you're inspirations for us all and wonderful additions to the New Brunswick Business Hall of Fame. And as our newest laureates, you can be proud of the fact that New Brunswick's Business Hall of Fame Gala is always one of the most successful junior achievement events in the entire country. And with that, I am thrilled to announce that this event tonight has raised over $330,000 for JA New Brunswick. Thank you. But in addition to the milestone of celebrating our 25th anniversary, and at $330, our most successful gala ever, thanks to your generosity, I'm proud to announce that with tonight's fundraising total, we have raised well over $5 million at this event over the years to support JA programs. But we're not done yet. Planning for BHOF 2024 is already underway. And on behalf of my employer, Rogers Communications, I'm thrilled to announce that we have already signed up to return as a gold-level sponsor and broadcast partner at BHOF 2024. So now that Connie has her first sponsor, I think many of your phones will start ringing, if not later tonight, probably first thing tomorrow morning. We at JANB see a stronger, brighter future, both for business in New Brunswick and for our youth. And the Business Hall of Fame will continue to be a celebration of both. Lee, Bernard, Sylvia, once again, félicitations, congratulations. Each of you is an outstanding example for our junior achievers and for us all. As the JA motto asks, what if kids ran the world? Someday they will. Now that sounds an awful lot like the end of a speech, doesn't it? But I'm about to annoy a few people in the room and do something that both my JA colleagues and my colleagues at Rogers TV have firmly instructed me never to do at this event. I'm going to go off script for a moment. Tonight is a celebration of our laureates, and so it should be. But there's another individual here tonight that deserves recognition. Without this person, I think Junior Achievement New Brunswick would be a much smaller organization than it is today. Without this individual, tens of thousands of young New Brunswickers over the years would not have been able to avail of JA programs. And without this individual, to be perfectly honest, this event tonight would not exist. As a young achiever myself in the 90s, I first met this woman when I was in high school. Someone who was a great mentor, turned into a JA colleague, and then a friend. So to mark her 25th anniversary with JA New Brunswick, I would like to ask my dear friend Connie Woodside to come back up on stage for a moment. So Connie, on behalf of all of the board members of JA New Brunswick, both past and present, and the thousands of young New Brunswickers whose lives you have helped to influence over the years, I would like to offer you this small token of our appreciation and thank you for all that you do.
Thank you.
Now I'm done.
It is my pleasure to introduce our third inductee this evening. Sylvia McVeigh is chair of GE Barber located in Sussex. Established in 1867, GE Barber is a privately owned multi-product manufacturing company with a long history of providing safe, quality foods to Atlantic Canadians. Sylvia studied at Mount Allison University and continued her business education at the University of Calgary and the University of New Brunswick. Sylvia started her journey with GE Barber in 1984 as the assistant to the Vice President of Operations. Having spent most of her career as part of the management team at GE Barber in positions of increasing responsibility, Sylvia consolidated controlling interests in Barber's in 2011. Since then, she continues to build her company's reputation as an innovative, reliable partner in the branded, private label, and co-pack food processing business in North America. Sylvia has led the company with the knowledge she has gained from direct industry associations, as well as continuing to further her education. GE Barber was awarded the 2017 Exporter of the Year Award for New Brunswick with sales over $5 million. Many know GE Barber for their much-loved locally made King Cold tea, which is the #1 tea in Atlantic Canada.
My name is Andy McVeigh, and I'm here to speak on behalf of Sylvia McVeigh, my wife.
Sylvia McVeigh is a complicated individual. She is very intelligent, extremely loyal. She works very hard. In fact, work is a big part of her life. Loves her children immensely. In the office and in the plant, she's Sylvia. She's not anybody elevated above anybody else. There are times when I will ask, I say how things go today, and she'll look at me and she says, well, I could tell you, but I think one of us should get a good night's sleep. The company that GE Barber has been a long-term, 1867 on. Her family has been directly involved. She's very proud of the products that they produce. She's ever trying to grow the business. Sylvia's biggest area of concern in any organization she's been involved with, whether it be, helping out the local transition house or the church or packaging association or the MS Society, has been good governance in the way they operate. Sylvia has never shied away from doing what's right. She has been selfless. She thinks about others before she thinks about herself in most cases. The other thing with that is always, she says that, if you're going to succeed or you're going to grow or you're going to expand your business, you have to, go into an area that's not always so comfortable. So, there have been some uncomfortable moments, in getting things to come to fruition. Making things grow, I think that's the big thing for her, and to see it stay local and contribute to the economy of New Brunswick.
Alors, mesdames et messieurs, please join me in welcoming Mrs. Sylvia McVeigh to the New Brunswick Business Hall of Fame.
I always start my speeches by saying I'm not a natural public speaker, so I always admire people who can stand up and tell stories, but I tend to get lost in my own mind, and that's never a good thing. So thanks Connie and Liam for getting me to the stage safely. I truly appreciate that. I want to acknowledge the Premier, the ministers of the government, all of the dignitaries that are in the room. I also want to pay special respect to my fellow inductees today. They really serve as a wonderful example for the business community in New Brunswick. So, in January, when Connie called me, I did pick up the phone. I figured she was looking for money. What was I going to say? So when she told me that I had been receiving this honor, I said, let me think about it. And the first thing I did was I went to the website to see who the past inductees were. And if you haven't done that, you should. It is a who's who of business, not only in New Brunswick, but in Canada. It's an amazing list of people, and I thought, I don't belong on that list. And then I read the criteria. And when I read the criteria, I thought, yes, I have dedicated my life and my resources and everything in me. And on that basis, I'm happy to accept this award. I guess this induction, I don't know how to phrase it, but anyway. Barbers was founded in 1867. We celebrated the 150th in 2017, and coincidentally that year, one of the first duties of our then new vice president of marketing was to receive the award for export sales for New Brunswick over $5 million. And that was a wonderful, wonderful expression of how well we were doing and how we were growing and how we were achieving the vision that came with the new team that was set up in 2011. So the company has thrived, and it has always been about constant evolution. But I wanted to tip my hat to the past because I stand on the shoulders of some remarkable people. And for me to take credit for the existence and the long-term benefit of this company would be wrong. So I want to talk just very, very briefly about my grandfather, Ralph Brennan, who took over the company in 1949 and then bought the company in 1952. Ralph Brennan was known for his marketing acumen, for his business acumen, and he was recognized literally around the world for what he had accomplished. He continued with the warehouse and distribution systems, but focused entirely on New Brunswick and PEI. In 1971, my father, Ralph Brennan Jr., he took over, became the president, and he focused on the Greater Atlantic, moving out of New Brunswick and PEI into Nova Scotia and into Newfoundland, and had great success. He also had a vision of vertical integration. He invested in a retail chain of stores, which didn't work out as well as we had hoped, but he wasn't afraid to take that leap forward. So the vertical integration was new to us and another risk that we took. In 1990, the third generation moved into the executive positions, and basically we're focusing on the private label and the business-to-business while eyeing and generating international opportunities. So this quick history I just wanted to make because it is about me standing on the broad shoulders of people who came behind, and what they taught me was you have to be willing to change all the time and look to the future, and that's what we've done. Throughout all of this, and I remember as a very small child running in and out of the offices on the North Wharf in St. John, through all of this we were told that the most important people was our customers and the people who delivered the great service and products to our customers, and they have been a remarkable team. I've been involved in the company planting flowers in the late 1970s, and I can tell you that I have sat smoking a cigarette with people who were not supposed to be sharing their cigarettes with me, but they were very nice people, and they were completely dedicated and completely embracing of us as a family, which was wonderful. But I just want to talk about family businesses for a while, not just mine, but everybody's family business, because there are a lot of family businesses in this province and in this room. And I am the third generation, and it's important to me that people who are in family businesses understand how important it is to balance the privilege of family businesses, because there are privileges of belonging to a family business, and the obligations that come with it. When I came home from Calgary in the 1980s, there was a job there for me. They just made a place, and that's a privilege. And so when people say to me, well, you really didn't have to work very hard for this, I would say to you, well, you could look at things like that, or you can appreciate that if you want to succeed, you have to understand that along with the privilege, there's an obligation. And in my lifetime, we have continued to invest over and over and over again in our people, in our company, in our products. And in a family business, if you're walking in thinking you have the right to be there, and you're not willing to make those investments, you will not succeed. And I can tell you that we have done everything we can to move the company forward, and I'm very proud to be a New Brunswick family company. I want to take a minute to thank the people in my life that have supported me through all of this. I want to take a minute to thank my executive team, two of whom are in the room. They have been tremendously supportive in everything that we have tried to accomplish. And for every evolution and iteration of G.E. Barber, they've been there to make sure that we move forward. So thank you, gentlemen. I really do appreciate your time and effort. Finally, I want to thank my family. My girls have been in the business in and out, depending upon their needs and my needs. They have watched me dedicate many, many hours. They have been fed in the back of a car as I chase children between my offices and a basketball practice. So I think that's just a way of life for so many people in a family business. And I want to thank my husband, Andy, who has an expression, he repeats often to the executive team, please don't wind her up and send her home. There's more truth to that than you could possibly imagine. I want to thank you both, both girls. Thank you very much. I want to thank Daniel for coming with Diana all the way from Toronto. I want to thank Andy for daring to get up in front of the camera. He was terrified. He did a great job. I love you, and thank you for everything.
Congratulations on your induction, Sylvia, and congratulations to all our laureates this evening. Allow us to take a moment to present and thank our sponsors of the evening. So thank you to our event partners, our platinum partner, Opportunities New Brunswick. Our presenting partner, McInnes Cooper. Our venue partner, Delta Fredericton. Our print partner, Rocket. Our motion picture partner, McQuinn Media. Design partner, Brainworks. This year's gold sponsors, J.D. Irving Limited, Irving Oil, Bringlo Feeney, BDC, Metavi Blue Cross, Liberty Utilities, Center of Excellence Entrepreneurship, and Rogers.
So you can gather by that list, and we're far from being done. Some people do answer the phone when I call, so thank you. So to our silver sponsors, Encore, for the fantastic show of lights tonight and everything you've done. Thank you. Assumption Life. McCain Foods Limited. My alma mater, UNB. PropertyGuys.com. And our bronze sponsors, Peril & Co., CPA New Brunswick. I love the enthusiasm. New Brunswick Community College. Mariner Partners. Crandall University. Dairy Queen, Jeff Kennedy and Eve Robichaud. Scotiabank. And the New Brunswick Business Innovation Foundation. Thank you all very, very much. And to everyone in this room, thank you so much.
Alors, ce fut encore une fois un immense plaisir pour nous de vous accompagner tout au long de cette soirée. Merci à Jeunes Entreprises de nous confier cette responsabilité. We hope that tonight you have been inspired to make a nomination for the 2024 Business Hall of Fame. Look around you. Perhaps the next candidate is sitting in the room. You can submit your nomination now by visiting the Hall of Fame website at www.janbhalloffame.ca. The Business Hall of Fame seeks diverse candidates who represent New Brunswick, contribute to the greater good in tangible ways, and whose stories and achievement inspire the next generation. Le Panthéon des affaires recherche des candidats diversifiés qui représentent le Nouveau-Brunswick, contribuent au bien commun de manière tangible et dont les histoires et les réalisations inspirent la prochaine génération. We're almost done, I promise. If you know of a New Brunswicker who has made a significant contribution to business in our province, we want to know. Submitting a nomination is easy, and JANB is happy to provide the support that you need. Be sure to visit the website at halloffame.ca and submit your nominations now. The closing date for the 2024 nomination is December 31st, 2023. So before we close the evening, we want to invite our 3 newest members of the Junior Achievement New Brunswick Business Hall of Fame to return to the stage to be recognized once again, but this time with their greatest supporters. We all know how support from family is important in one's success and capacity to do great things. These are the people who cheer with us when good things are happening and who we can lean on when the going gets tough. So, we would like to invite back to the stage for a last round of applause our 2023 inductees, but this time with their closest support teams. So please welcome again Lee and Jane Corey, Bernard and Deanne Lord, and Sylvia and Andy McVeigh. So thank you for joining this evening and supporting JA New Brunswick. On se donne rendez-vous l'an prochain.
Merci, good night, and thank you for your incredible support. Drive safely, everyone.